author of Hebrews spoke about heroes of the faith, courageous men and women who lived and died before godless men. But what about today's persecuted Christians? Like the young Cambodian girl who gave her life at the hands of Khmer Rouge soldiers. Her crime, demonstrating her love by wiping spit from the Bible. Christians throughout the world continue to suffer for their faith in Jesus Christ, a faith that allows ordinary people to triumph in extraordinary circumstances. Beaten, tortured, imprisoned, they press on. Their undying love, a testimony to us all. The following are true stories of today's persecuted church, our brothers and sisters, whose faith is under fire. Many Islamic nations have embraced a strict interpretation of Sharia law, which calls for the death of anyone found guilty of blasphemy against the Prophet Muhammad or even the Quran. The following dramatization tells the unbelievable story of Zahid, a former Muslim priest and persecutor of Christians, who, like the Apostle Paul, would find out all that he must suffer for Jesus. It is told by Amir Shalom. Zahid was born into a Muslim family. His father and older brother were Muslim priests, and as expected, Zahid followed in their footsteps. Shortly after Zahid was assigned to his first mosque, his hatred and intolerance of Christians began to show itself.
I would gather the young men from my mosque and incite them against the Christians. I explained to them that Christians were infidels. I told them to beat the Christians with sticks and iron rods. It was our duty and Allah would be pleased. Until that day, a youth returned with the Bible. He was tearing out the pages and suggested that we burn it. On previous occasions we have burned Bibles that were collected. However, this time I felt compelled to take it home with me. I was reading the Bible, looking for contradictions I could use against the Christian faith. When all of a sudden, a great light appeared in my room. And then I heard a voice call my name. The light, it was so bright, it had lit the entire room. And then the voice asked, Zahid, why do you persecute me? I was scared, I didn't know what to do. I thought I was dreaming. So I asked, who are you? And then I heard, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. For the next 3 nights, the light and voice returned. And finally, on the 4th night, I knelt down and I accepted Jesus as my Savior.
Following Zahid's dramatic conversion, he went to his family members and others in the mosque to share the events which had unfolded over the past few nights. According to Islamic teaching, Zahid was now considered an apostate and turned over to the authorities.
I was imprisoned for 2 years, and during this time, the guards repeatedly tortured me. On one occasion, they tied me to the ceiling fan by my hair, just left me hanging. They also pulled out my fingernails in an attempt to break my faith. But although I suffered greatly at the hands of my Muslim captors, I held no bitterness towards them, because just a few years before I was one of them. During my trial, I was found guilty of blasphemy, and according to the Sharia law, I was to be executed by hanging. They tried to force me to recant my faith in Jesus. They assured me that if I cooperated, there would be no more beatings, no more humiliation. I could go free. But I could not deny Jesus. Muhammad had never visited me. Jesus had. I know he is the truth. So I just prayed for the gods, hoping that they would also come to know Jesus.
Unafraid of death, Zahid attempted to share Jesus with his persecutors during what he believed were the final minutes of his life. Although Zahid had accepted his fate, God had another plan. Moments before the hanging, an order was unexpectedly issued by the court to release Zahid, stating that there was not enough evidence against him. To this day, no one knows why Zahid was suddenly allowed to go free.
Now I tell people that Jesus had visited me twice. Once, when I was a persecutor of his children, and the second time, when I was to be hanged.
Zahid has since changed his name to Lazarus, testifying of his narrow escape from death. Although many Christians did not trust him at first, they have now received him into their family and assist Lazarus as he travels from village to village.
I live in a land ruled by the false teaching of Islam. My people are blinded, and I was chosen by God to be his voice. I count all that I've suffered nothing compared to the endless joy of knowing him, the way, the truth, and the life.
Although not every conversion from Islam is as dramatic as Zahid's, hundreds of thousands of Christians face constant danger from Muslim officials, neighbors, and even their own family members. Islamic writings and present law clearly reveals that anyone who turns away from their Muslim faith is to be executed. This segment of Faith Under Fire is dedicated to Christians like Zahid, persecuted in Muslim nations, and to the silent heroes who have given their lives for their testimony of Jesus Christ.